the very first refining company in Nigeria. Was built in 1965. Our dream as a team is to be able to deliver on that mandate. We will do everything that is required of us to professionally bring PHRC to that level.
Welcome to Port Harcourt Refining Company, PHRC, a subsidiary of Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC. PHRC Port Harcourt Refining Company has been in the business of processing crude oil, offering petroleum products and services that has always met customer and stakeholders' expectation. With a workforce of highly trained personnel, the company has continually improved the efficiency of the process and utility plants to optimize their capacity utilization, delivering all products on specification. The Port Harcourt Refinery was born with the construction and commissioning of 35,000 barrel per stream day hydro-skimming refinery in 1965. It was later expanded to 60,000 barrels per stream day in 1972.
By 1989, we had built and constructed another one of 150,000 barrels per stream day. It is the largest in the country, so we have a combined capacity here in PHRC of 210,000 barrels per stream day. That makes this refinery the largest in the country. When you think of the 150,000 that was commissioned in 1989, then you can say it's also the newest and it's also the most modern.
Talking about the contribution to the nation's product pool, operating at full capacity of 210,000 barrels per stream day. If it operates at full capacity, that means you will have crude and all other things being equal, we should be contributing about 12 million liters of premium motor spirit. And you know the national demand for premium motor spirit is about 40 million liters per day. If we operate at full capacity, we should be contributing about 12 million liters per day.
The company's facilities are located on the same site at Alisa Eleme, some 25 kilometers east of Port Harcourt, the capital of Rivers State. And from its administrative building to the various departments of the PHRC complex, the peculiar need of PHRC is taken into consideration in the deployment of personnel. With its state-of-the-art equipment and facility and a total staff strength of over 1,000, all departments are supported by sectional and unit heads leading the company to its achievement over the years.
We have 6 departments under operations. We have the maintenance, of course, by the word maintenance. They're basically there to maintain our infrastructures, the pumps, the columns, the vessels, and what have you. Of course, they are linked up with the other departments like the production. The manager production is engaged with actual processing of this crude oil into the byproducts. If he has any issues with the equipment in the course of refining, he gets in touch with the maintenance manager, who of course will call his people depending on the type of issues. It is the rotating, static, electrical, instrumentation, whatever. He links up the maintenance manager who comes to the aid. You also have the manager, power plant and utilities, manager PPU, who provides the power and utilities for running of the plant.
The power plant and utility section and the production section are interdependent on each other. The power plant generates power, which the production department use in converting crude to end products.
We have what we call power plant and utility section, a department in this place. The major thing is that all utilities, air, you need it. Steam, you need steam for your operations. You need nitrogen for your operation. You need power for your operation. This department is so that without responsibility of supplying the power, the steam, and all these various utilities, even including water, both the potable water as well as cooling water, the one we use in a plant. The power plant is the one that supplies the power.
Petroleum refining requires huge investment in men, material, and equipment. This consideration, therefore, informs the selection of the configuration in terms of facilities and processes.
When crude comes through either pipeline, now we are getting through the marine. You take it to the tankage where you remove water. From the water, you pump it to the desalter in the plant where you remove salt and water. Before it goes to the column, to the heater where you heat it up, and then you now separate it.
The basic process that cuts across all refineries is that of crude distillation. It is a physical process that separates the crude into primary products, some of which may have to undergo further processing in conversion units to upgrade the quality to targeted specifications. All of these plants are grouped in sections, each section called an area. In Area 1, we have the crude distillation unit and vacuum distillation unit. These units fractionate the crude oil into primary products of liquefied petroleum gas, naphtha, kerosene, diesel, and residue, after which it is transferred to Area 2. In Area 2, the naphtha hydrotreating unit and the catalytic reforming unit improves the quality of naphtha to reformate, while the kero hydrotreating unit upgrades kerosene to specification acceptable for aviation use. This leads to Area 3, the main commercial heart of any refinery.
This Area 3 comprises of the fluid catalytic cracking unit. The fluid catalytic cracking unit processes 40,000 barrels of vacuum gas oil every day and converts that to about 3.3 million liters of gasoline, which is the petrol we use, and also about 50 trucks of gas we produce every day. This area was commissioned in 1987, and it comprises of 4 units: the fluid catalytic cracking unit, the gas concentration unit, the gas treating unit, and the MEROX or mercaptan oxidation unit. All these units work together to process 40,000 barrels of vacuum gas oil every day to produce these valuable products. This is the economic unit of the refinery. When this plant is running, it alone can increase the gasoline production of the refinery by 40%. And that is why all the attention of management is on making the FCC run. If the refinery is running and the FCC is not running, then there is no refinery running. That is why it's a very strategic unit.
And all of these operations are controlled by a distributed control system which continuously monitors the plant's operating parameters. Information on operating conditions such as flow rates, levels, temperatures, and pressures are gathered and displayed on the computer consoles, from which plant operators monitor and adjust unit conditions. After all these activities, the products are pulled into the intermediate storage tanks at the refinery product tank farm, where various components are blended to meet desired market specification of final products. These final products include the liquefied petroleum gas for gas cookers, the petroleum motor spirit for vehicles and generators, the dual-purpose kerosene for stoves, lanterns, and jet planes, the automotive gas oil for heavy-duty trucks and plant generators, as well as the LPFO and HPFO fuel oil for sea vessels and industrial furnaces.
Harcourt Refinery health and safety policy borders in the commitment of the company in conducting all its activities that promotes health and safety of its workers, the assets, the environment, and the community.
PHRC Limited is also committed to the continual improvement in her operations to eliminate personal and industrial accidents as she pursues the goal of no harm to people and no harm to the environment in all her operations.
If you go around our system, you will see there are a lot of safeguard systems we have put in place. Some of these safeguard systems is geared towards fire prevention. Nobody in any industry wants to suffer from anything in the name of fire. And therefore, all prevention, all safeguard system is geared towards making sure that fire is eliminated at the source of any activities. And therefore, if you walk towards our plant today, you will see what we call the master stream installations that are heads of fixed monitors. The job of those equipments is that at a short interval of any incident, anybody can take out the plant with foam or water. And in the units, if you go around, you will see in some places they are 4 in nature, in some places they are 5 in nature, depending on the criticality and the type of hazard that is associated with such plants. In order to make sure that things don't go wrong, we have 2 big ponds. One is the oil pond. The oil pond interconnects all the discharge systems on the sewer line. And that means that any oil that is discharged in our process unit in the tank farm by process of dewatering from tanks go through what we call a sewer system, and they all get themselves accommodated in the oil pond. While on the other side of it, you have the observation pond. The observation pond is like a sentry area, if you know what the soldiers do. It's a sentry area where we always want to monitor whatever discharge that goes to the community. And it is the exit of this pond that we take our regular reading to ensure that we are in compliance with the regulatory body standard, DPR, nozzle for ESPs, and all the rest of them.
PHRC, Port Harcourt Refining Company Limited, is indeed desirous of achieving its mandate. Hence, It does not take corporate social responsibility for granted. We have done so well in this area, recognizing that corporate social responsibility is an important ingredient to our survival, to our continued operation.
PHRC, as a major policy thrust, partners with the communities around its area of operations, promoting and spearheading welfare activities that strengthens and benefits members of its host communities. The participation of the communities is greatly encouraged in the company's effort to develop, discuss and address concerns of its host communities.
I think I'm in proper place to say most of the things we have gotten from Refinery, and they are also benefiting from us. Number one is that you see we have a good number of projects now that Refinery has been able to do for us. For right now, as I'm talking to you, we have the skill acquisition center now. Some of the relay systems we have in here, and they have been able to give it to us some number of employment to the citizens of this community, and some other areas in contrast, some local contrast too.
The community, we're thankful to God that we have the refinery. We have made some gains, of course, good water schemes, done for the community by PHRC. We also have had our children employed, and we also have our children who are in school coming on IT. And we can go on to mention so much.
Some of the projects done for these communities include the installation of borehole and transformer for the ILS-ILMA communities, the building of town hall and library for the Okrika community, the youth skill and acquisition scheme and the microcredit scheme for both communities, as well as the ongoing projects which includes the construction of a maternity center, the building of a 14 and 7 classroom blocks, and the skill acquisition center, which is almost completed. The PHRC success story has not come without its own share of challenges.
The mandate of a PHRC is to refine petroleum products from crude oil. In trying to achieve this, we have been inundated with a number of challenges, chiefly of which is vandalism of the pipeline bringing product from Bonny to the refinery. This pipeline has been attacked in a very massive manner to the extent that crude was no longer available for the plant to run. The President and Commander-in-Chief of Nigerian Armed Forces, in recognition of this problem, approved for us to get crude through marine.
Everyone is upbeat about turnaround maintenance. Everyone, including myself, I am, because that is a cleansing process that is going to bring the refinery back to full capacity utilization. It is our expectation that by the end of this year, we would have had all the materials we need to carry out that process. We would have selected the people who will help us to do it internally, and they will be backed up with the experts that are coming from outside the country who normally participate in this. The model is to go with the original refining builder, but we know very well that they need the support of the internal resources that we have within Nigeria.
The company's milestone achievement over the years include the commissioning of the new refinery PHRC in 1989, turnaround maintenance in 2000. PHRC signed a memorandum of understanding with Generis Power Company for the supply of electricity. In 2012, the jetty was recommissioned by the Honorable Minister of Petroleum, Mrs. Desiane Alison Madweke. In 2014, first use of sea vessel to transport crude oil rather than pipelines. PHRC will continue to work towards the achievement of its mandate of delivering products on specification, maintenance of its facilities, adopting of safe HSE measures in all her activities, as well as being a more responsible corporate organization in terms of its contribution to the socio-economic development of its operating communities.